John has cycled from his home in New Mills. So he lives in New Mills and he's cycled from his home to this sign. So he's cycled 7.5 miles. Yeah? So let's just do John's route first. Or let's set John up. So he's rode 7.5 miles. He's then going to ride to Glossop to meet his friend Jack. So Glossop's 6.25 miles away. Okay, so that's John at the moment, that's where John's ridden. He's ridden from his home to that sign and then to Glossop. So he's now in Glossop. He meets his mate Jack. So there's two of them now. They will both ride back to the sign. So they're going to ride from here back to the sign. So Jack rides 6.25. John rides the same distance. And now they're back at the sign. Yeah? Now this is the bit I forgot. They will both ride back to the sign, then on to New Mills. So they're going from here to New Mills. So they're both going to ride another 7.5 miles. Okay? From there, so they're here now, they will ride a further 14 miles in a route that brings them back to the sign. So they're going to ride a further 14 miles. And now they're back here at the sign. Jack will ride back home to Glossop, which is 6.25 miles. And John will ride back home to New Mills, which is 7.5 miles. How far have each of them ridden? So there we go. There are our two sums. Yeah, there are our two sums. Quite long, a lot of information in there again, and easy to make a mistake, easy to miss out at 7.5 miles like I did previously. So there's our sum. Basically, we had all the full miles together. So 7 plus 6, 13. 19, 26, 40, 47. So John has done 47 full miles. See where that's come from. So fraction wise now, we've got a half plus a quarter. I'm just removing the full miles. Plus a quarter, plus a half, plus a half. Those are the fractions that are left once we've added the full numbers together. We know that the common denominator there is going to be 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. 1 times 2 is 2. That can stay as 1 over 4. That can also stay as 1 over 4. That half there, we've already converted it, we've already changed it here, it's 2 over 4. 2 over 4. We know the bottom number is going to be a 4 because there's all 4s. At the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 over 4. How many 4s go into 8? 2 exactly. So that adds up, all them quarters and halves add up to 2 full miles. There's the 47 full miles made up of these full mile numbers here, plus the 2 from the fraction, means that John has ridden 49 miles, 47 plus 2. What about Jack? 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 14 is 27, plus 6 is 33. He's run 33 full miles. Yeah? Let's get his fractions added together. He's done a quarter. He's done a half. He's done another quarter. Okay? 4 is the common denominator. We only need to change this one here. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So what have we got now? We've got 1 over 4. Plus 2 over 4, plus 1 over 4. 4 is the bottom number. Let's add the top. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 4 over 4, 1 mile. 33 plus 1 equals 34. There you go. Yeah? A lot of work involved.
So how do we get 33?
How did I get 33? I added the whole numbers up. So 14 plus 6 plus 7 plus 6, 33. Yeah? That's where. So these were the full miles. 47 for John, the 33 for Jack, and then them numbers were the fractions added together. Big question. Big question. A lot of work involved. A lot of work involved. So John's 49 and Jack's 34. Yeah? So far so good. I don't think in the exam we'd get a question as complex as that. I made that question up, basically, just to get you used to reading questions, picking the bits of information, putting it into a sum. It's a tough question, yeah, because of all that information you've got. And this is what functional skills is all about. It's about being functional and thinking to yourself, let me be John or let me be Jack, and I'm going to ride here, I'm going to ride there. And imagine in the pub later on someone says, how far have you ridden? Oh, I've done this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's how you've got to think about these. That's how you've got to think. So far so good? Ready to move on? Alright, what we're going to look at next is two things that as standalone questions, they don't come up very, very often, in fact pretty rare. However, the multiplying of fractions does come up, but it comes up in a different topic, it comes up in probability. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at next. We're going to look at multiplying fractions. Okay. I'm just looking at what the question is on here. A half times 2/5. When we're multiplying fractions, I want you to remember a little rhyme, and it's this. Multiplying fractions is no big problem. It's top times top over bottom times bottom. Then don't forget to simplify before it's time to say goodbye. It's as easy as that. Okay? As a standalone question, pretty rare in an exam. You need that skill for probability. Okay? For when we look at probability. But as a standalone question, you probably wouldn't get it. Okay? So multiplying fractions is easy. There's your two fractions, top times bottom, and then simplify the answer. Quite straightforward, yeah?
So is that the other time you'd be asked to simplify it? You'd have to simplify it
Yeah,
if it's
it's
not asked?
Yeah. Like I said, these are pretty rare, multiplication and division questions. Division is very rare, to be perfectly honest. But it's just in case, we need to know it just in case. Okay? So dividing fractions. Okay. There's a little mantra I want you to remember, and it's this. Leave me. You leave the first fraction as it is. Change me. You change the division sign to its opposite number, which is a multiplication sign. Turn me over. You turn the second fraction upside down. You turn it over. So instead of 1 over 6, we've now got 6 over 1. What have we now got? We've now got a multiplication. What's the mantra? Multiplying fractions is no big problem. It's top times top, 1 times 6 is 6, over bottom times bottom, 2 times 1 is 2. Then don't forget to simplify, How many 2s go into 6?
3.
Before it's time to say goodbye. Job done. Job done.
I did that in work this morning.
Yeah? You did that in work this morning?
Yeah,
Yeah?
so I hear
So these are pretty rare.
familiar.
These are really rare in questions in the exam. I've never seen one, to be perfectly honest. That's not to say you won't get one, but they are pretty rare. Multiplying fractions are a little bit more common than dividing fractions. So we've just touched on those. We don't particularly need to do any extra work on them because, like I said, rare. Okay? And the multiplying fractions we will look at in a little bit more detail when we use it. It comes up in probability of more than one event, of 2 events. So we will look at it more in that respect. So that's quite easy for you to remember. So, what we need to look at now then is finding fractions of something. Okay, finding fractions of something. Okay, let's give ourselves a bit of a scenario. Let's give ourselves a scenario. So, we've been shopping. We've been to the Trafford Centre. And we've seen this sports bag that we like. Okay, it's a nice sports bag. It's very, it's in Selfridges.
Good drawing, that.
It's got a price, not bad. It's got a price tag of £210 on it. Okay, and we like it. It's very, very nice. And we think, ooh, we like this particular bag. So we pick the bag up and we're kind of having a look at it, and we, ooh, yeah, it's a nice bag. Oh, it's 210. But as we're looking at the price tag, we turn it over, and on the back of the price tag, in red, it says 2/3 off. Ooh, we think it's in the sale. So we open our purse or our wallet and we rummage about and we see what cash we've got. It's in the days of cash. And we look what cash we've got in our wallet. And we look, we've had a good spending spree. So we look in our wallet. We've got 65 quid. That's all we've got left in our wallet. What we don't want to do is get to the till and beep, oh, I've not got enough, I'll have to go and put it back. We need to know that we've got enough money to be able to buy that bag when we get to the till, because we've only got 65 quid in our pocket. So we need to be able to work out what 2/3 of that is so we can knock it off to see if we've got enough with 65 quid. So there's a little mantra that we have to use, a little thing we need to remember, and it's this. You divide by the bottom, then you times by the top. So we take the 210 quid, we divide it by the bottom of the fraction, which is 3. Okay? 210 divided by 3, which is 70. We then times that 70 by the top number, which is a 2. Which gives us 140. So we are getting £140 knocked off that bag. Yeah? Because the sum is actually telling us, that bit there is actually saying you're getting 2/3 of £210, which is £140. So we can knock £140 off the price of that bag. 210 minus 140 means that that bag is going to cost us. Can we afford the bag?
No.
Not really. So we don't embarrass ourselves at the till. We put it back and we go and choose a cheaper bag. Yeah? Or we take them back to one of the other shops. So this didn't fit. gives me money back. Yeah? And that's how you work it out. So the mantra for this, when you're finding the fraction of something, is divide by the bottom and then times by the top. And you'll see how I've written it out here. There's the £210. I've divided it by the bottom's the 3, which gave me the 70. And then, so as not to confuse myself, I've written the 70 directly underneath it and times it by the top number, which is the 2, which gives me 140. And that's my figure. Yeah, that's just the way I write it, so I don't confuse myself. Okay? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? So, find 1/6 of £278. What's 1/6 of £278? Calculator. Use your calculator for this one. So remember the little mantra. Divide by the bottom, then times by the top. Okay. If you get the first one, if you've done the first one, move on to the second one. Yeah, move on to the second one. Second one's a bit more tricky because it's written in wordage. I think these are the easiest parts of fractions, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what you guys think, but they're a bit easier, aren't they? And all that changing. How are we doing? Doing okay? We all got some answers. Got an answer? Glynis just finishing off. Got an answer, I can see Shelley's answer there. Looking good. Let's get a couple of answers up then. So 1/6 of £278. What do we think that is? £46.33, yeah. Yeah, perfect. In a recent survey of 1,200 people, 5/12 said that they use the internet for more than 14 hours a week. How many people use the internet for more than 14 hours per week? 500. Look at that. Yeah? Super. Super. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So if you can just remember that little mantra, divide by the bottom, then times by the top. And that doesn't work for everybody, of course. I think it's a fairly simple mantra to remember, to find a fraction of something. You could do it by using the bar model, okay? Find 3/5 of £350, for example. So there's the bar model, the bar, and it's broken into fifths, okay? Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for 3/5. The denominator is 5, so we divide the bar into 5 equal sections. There we go. So you're going to split that 350 into 5 equal sections. 350 divided by 5. So we're doing the same thing. We're dividing by the bottom, and that's £70 in each box, in each bar, so to speak. We need to find 3 of them. 3 sections. 70, 70, 70, 210. It's the same thing that we've just done. We've divided it by the bottom, but it's more visual than numerical. Yeah, it's more visual than numerical. Okay. Do you like that method, or do you prefer the other method?
No, the other one.
The other
The other
method.
one.
Yeah, the other method. Most people do, to be perfectly honest. So we'll skip this. No, in fact, you can do it. You don't need to use the bar method. Use the other method. Let's find 6/8 of £1,200. 6/8 of £1,200. The bar method will come up and show us how it's done in a second. But let's see if your answer matches the answer on the board. Obviously, calculate that's quite a biggish question. You're on a race against time now because the board's working its magic. So, £1,200 divided into 8, £150 each. We need 6 of those. 900. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit quicker doing it the way divide by the bottom times by the top than drawing that and doing it. But it's just another method in case you need to have a look at the method. Okay, 2 questions for you to answer. Sarah's buying a bag and then Tony works in a cafe. Alright, let's see if we can answer those 2 questions. Let's do Sarah first. The cafe question is slightly different. So Sarah's out shopping and sees a bag that is priced at £245. Oh, she's dearer a bag than ours. She asks if there's a discount and is told we can knock 2/5 off the price. How much will the Sarah have to pay for that bag? Let's just do the bag first. Let's do the bag first. Once we've got an answer for the bag, we'll get it up on the screen. Remember, divide by the bottom times by the top and then knock it off the price. Have we got a price for the bag? Have we got a price for the bag?
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah? Let's see then. How much is she going to have to pay for that bag? £98? You read advance on £98?
Yeah, 47.
I've got 147.
Ooh, 2 different answers.
98 is the discount.
Yes, 98's the discount. Don't forget to take it off the price of the bag like we did there. Yeah? Don't forget to, that's that bit. Don't forget to take the discount, which is 98, off the price of the bag. It's £147. Tony works in a cafe. On Monday, 480 people came into the cafe. 3/8 of those had cheese sandwiches, 1/3 had tuna sandwiches, and the rest had chicken sandwiches. How many people had each type of sandwich? Slightly trickier because now you've got to do 3 sums rather than just 2. Same mantra, divide by the bottom times by the top. we've got an answer here. I've seen an answer here. Looks a bit right to me, that. Have we got any answers over the 5 side yet? How shall we doing yet? Neil just finishing it off, yeah? Looking good. Yep. Okay. Let's do an answer because I think we've all got an answer. I think we've all got an answer. $180 cheese. Yeah. 160 tuna.
Yeah.
So that meant 140 chicken. Maybe we all get that. Yeah. So it was 3/8 of 480 for the cheese sandwiches. It was 1/3 of 480 for the tuna sandwiches. And then whatever you had left afterwards, you'd added those together is the chicken sandwiches. Yeah? Got the answers. Yeah, perfect. You're smashing this. You're smashing this. Let's do one more. Fred has a butty van. At breakfast he sells bacon sandwiches, egg sandwiches and sausage sandwiches. On Tuesday morning, 1/3 of his sales were bacon sandwiches and 3/8 of his sales were egg sandwiches. The rest were sausage sandwiches. How many sausage sandwiches did he sell on Tuesday? As a fraction. It's going to be, your answer's going to be a fraction. Yeah? So, it's not actually finding a fraction of an amount. It's an addition. Yeah, it's kind of,
Oh,
yeah, it's an addition. It's like with the girl with the sweets. What was she called? And did the sweets out? I can't remember her name now. But yeah, it's more of an addition question, isn't it? Yeah. So, 1/3 plus 3/8, yeah, that's all you've got to do. 1/3 plus 3/8. I'm just testing you for the last minute or two because it's been a long day. We've worked hard, you've worked hard. This might be the last question. Feeling generous for you today. I'll let you go a bit early. You've done brilliant to be perfect. What, we've got anything? Right, so, yeah, so bottoms, got to make them the same. Yeah, because 3 and an 8.
So is it 24?
It is 24. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, got it. You're overthinking it, weren't you? Yeah. Because
It's because I normally do the both bottoms. I thought I can't be right. I've only got to do one.
and it's been thrown in at the end of where we've been looking for finding fractions of something.
Yeah.
The question I get asked there, or what I get thrown at me more times than not, is you haven't got a total
Yeah.
of number
Yeah.
of sandwiches like we had in the previous one. We knew we sold 480 customers. We haven't on this one. But this is the one like the sweets question. Charlotte giving the sweets out to her friends. It's the same kind of question. How many sausage sandwiches did he sell?
7 over 24.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, 7 over 24.
sandwiches.
Yeah. So basically he sold 24 sandwiches and 7 of them were sausage, and there's the working. Okay, it's a third plus 3/8, the common denominator.
So could you put the answer on 724?
You could just put the answer 724 or just 7. Yeah. Because remember what that line means in a fraction. Out of 7, out of the 24 sandwiches were sausage. 7 sausage sandwiches. Yeah, 7 sausage sandwiches. Do you all get that? So far, so good. So, ladies, 25 to 6. You've worked extremely hard.